Good morning and welcome. I am delighted to be here today to participate in the launch of this new initiative under the 10-year child care strategy. I'm very happy to be joined by the Honourable Paul Davis, Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador, and Minister Susan Sullivan, Minister of the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development, and Angela Forward, a parent and a board member of the Conception Bay Family Resource Program. As Minister of the Department of Advanced Education and Skills, this launch is also a significant initiative under the Families Action Plan, which is part of the Population Growth Strategy. Live here, work here, belong here. It also builds on Caring for Our Future, a provincial strategy for quality, sufficient, and affordable childcare in Newfoundland and Labrador. Close to home, a strategy for long-term care and community support services. And the plan to launch full-day kindergarten beginning in September 2016 will also continue to demonstrate our commitment to families and Family Action Plan. During the population growth strategy, community workshops throughout the province, we heard about the importance of improving awareness of existing programs and services for families. In fact, some participants noted that childcare was a key determinant of families' decisions to move to and live in Newfoundland and Labrador. Through the Families Action Plan, the provincial government will therefore focus its work on 5 strategic directions. Inform more residents of programs, government programs and services, and of family-friendly employer best practices. Attract greater participation of parents and individuals to the workforce. Develop support to assist families in Newfoundland and Labrador from early childhood learning to post-secondary education. Create supports for healthy family development and respond to the challenges facing families in Newfoundland and Labrador. Assisting families is a priority for the population growth strategy. I would like now to ask Premier Davis to come up and make today's announcement.
Thank you. It's great to be here, and I want to welcome everyone, and especially parents and children that are here with us today. And it's a pleasure to be here in this venue, of course, in my hometown of Conception Bay South, and always very good to have a chance to acknowledge and to do such announcements right here in my hometown. And as we launch this important initiative for families and young children throughout Newfoundland and Labrador, we tell the families and children that are here today that this is really all about you. It was just over 3 years ago that our government officially released our 10-year child care strategy, Caring for Our Children. And since that time, and there's copies on the desk here for anybody who's interested with them to have a copy. And since that time, we've been making real progress in implementing the commitments made in that strategy, and it's being done as we said we would, step by step. We've increased the number of childcare spaces, and the number continues to grow. We're seeing encouraging uptake on our financial programs for childcare centres to help reduce the cost to parents. And in Budget 2015, we've allocated $45.7 million to continue the implementation of Caring for Our Future, which is an increase of $3.2 million from last year's budget and a 3rd consecutive year of funding increases as we have committed to do. Today I am very pleased to announce another initiative under this strategy, the new Early Learning and Childcare Directory. The directory, which can be found at childcare.gov.no.ca, is a searchable online database and interactive map that will help families with young children easily access the information on regulated childcare services and family resource centres right in their own communities. The directory works on 2 levels. First is for parents, that it maps out where regulated childcare centres and family resource centres are located. It also provides an online presence for childcare centres, for family childcare homes and family resource centres to help promote their services. The information included in the directory for childcare centres will be their location, contact information, names and numbers, age range of children, the total number of spaces contained within the centre, as well as any violation orders issued to that particular centre. And we know that's of particular importance and interest to parents and families. The directory will also indicate if the Child Care Centre is availing of our operating grant program. The directory will be especially helpful for the provincial government to determine where the regulated childcare needs are in our province, especially in rural parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. This is also an opportunity for individuals and not-for-profits who are interested in establishing regulated childcare spaces. They will now have a better understanding of where the need for childcare is and the information to support such an initiative. This is just one of many steps that we have taken and are going to continue to take when it comes to improving the quality, affordability, and sufficiency of regulated childcare spaces in the province. And those are the three pillars that our strategy is based upon: on quality, on affordability, and sufficiency of spaces. It's another important component that aligns with our population growth strategy. The Families Action Plan includes key action items to break down the barriers to child rearing and enhancing supports for families with children. So today, as I mentioned, is really about families. Families are an integral part of our population growth, and we're committed to supporting family-friendly communities, and this resource is for you. There are a lot of great features on this fantastic resource for parents, and I will leave it to my honourable colleague, the Minister Susan Sullivan, to talk some more about the benefits. And I'd like to thank all of you, especially our younger guests who are very quiet. They're doing very, very well over here. And I want to thank them for being here today and for their parents and families that have attended here with them. And I want to encourage all of you to visit childcare.gov.nl.ca to see how this website will help you in the search for childcare services. Thank you very much, and I'll pass it over to Minister Sullivan.
I'm certainly really happy to be here. And I was standing there and I was listening to the Premier, but one of the things that I'm happiest about is listening to those children play in the background. It's, the innocence of the children, and to see them at play and know that children at play are learning, and we have so much to learn from them. It's just so exciting to see. And happy to see Mary here from Acenil as well, Mary Walsh, who's been invaluable to me in many respects of the work that we do within the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development. So really thank you for coming out this morning, Mary, as well. And of course to Andrea, who is on the board here at this particular Family Resource Center and who is a parent. We're going to hear from Andrea as well in a little while around her thoughts about the directory and so on. But I just want to start out by saying it's a day that's a happy day for all of us. This is something that we've looked forward to. And it's taken us a lot of work to get to this particular point. And so I'm delighted that the website is finally going live today. We'll have that opportunity to look at it. You see some iPads here, and we'll talk about those in a second. Since seeing the website myself, and when I first saw it and looked at it, I thought, wow, it's a wonderful idea. And then speaking with my constituents and also to my daughter, because there can't be anyone in Newfoundland and Labrador who doesn't know at this point in time that I have a grandchild. I started out coming in through here showing pictures. So understanding, though, from a different perspective when you have a grandchild and when you hear your children talking about looking for childcare, understanding it from that perspective, we said, this registry, this directory is a great thing. Now let's look at how we can improve upon that. And so we took a little bit of time to do that. And I think what we have today is a product that will be actually very, very helpful to parents. So I want to take a few minutes now just to highlight some of the many features of the directory. The Premier talked about them in sort of general terms. We'll talk about them a little more specifically now. So we'll talk about the search options that parents will have. The directory will allow parents to search for regulated child care services or family resource centers, which are phenomenal. And to all of you who are here and connected with the family resource centers, I want to tell you that the work that you do for families throughout Newfoundland and Labrador is nothing short of amazing. And I've come to appreciate some of that, particularly in the last few months, but even before that. So you'll be able to find the location of those family resource centers as well. And you'll be able to do some things, for example, search for a center, a family child care center, or a family resource center that's on your route to work, if that's one of the ways that you want to find out. If you're dropping off a child in the morning and you say, if it could be on my route to work, that would really make a difference. Well, you can do that on this particular site. You can search according to community, and you can search according to the age of your child, because as we know, not every center takes every age group and so on. So even that will make a difference and help refine that search for you. Any new child care center that we license will also be highlighted by a green pin. So when you look and you see a green pin, you'll know that's new. That's one that wasn't there the last time that you looked. And so that too will be helpful for you. And I think it will encourage parents to continue to come back to the site, to continue looking, because they'll know that there is something new on the site and some updated information for them there. When you click on the details for a particular center, you will see information about that center. For example, the contact information for the center, the minimum and maximum age of children that would be accepted at that particular center, the total number of spaces for which the center is licensed, and if the center is availing of our operating grant. And if it is, then that tells you something about what the cost would be at that particular center. And of course, there will be another page, our quick links page, where you can get information on the operating grant, and so therefore know the cost of that would be charged at that particular center. And in addition, the center, if it has any violation orders, will have that posted there as well. And that information is pertinent information for our parents as they're making choice, and it's an option that they want to see. So a violation order essentially is any issue where the center was in violation of the Child Care Services Act. For family child care homes, when you see a red pin, you'll see the number of homes and the spaces in a community or a neighborhood, as well as how to get further information about that family child care home. And finally, one last feature which I really like is the child care availability section on our directory. And this is a virtual bulletin board, if you will, so that regulated child care providers, if they wish to do so, can post their space availability right there for the general public to use. And that page, we'll see it go live today, and we'll see what will happen as a result of that. And again, this is our launch date. We're going to watch this site very closely, and we're going to learn from it. We're going to add to it, and I have every notion that we're going to expand this site as we're moving. The child care availability page is a voluntary option, of course, so it may not be an all-inclusive list available of available child care spaces, but it will be at the wish of the family child care homes if they want to list there or not. And we still encourage parents, and I don't think we need to do this because I know that for parents this is the most important decision you make around child care. We still encourage parents to do their own research as well. It's an opportunity, though, right now to have all of that information in a centralized site for you. Currently, you see many parents who are using things like Kijiji or Facebook to find information. What we're offering is a centralized location on the web where parents can connect with licensed and regulated child care providers. So those are just some of the options and some of the many benefits on that directory that are available to parents now. I encourage you all to go online and to visit childcare.gov.nl.ca. I want to thank as well the, as I conclude here, the Conception Bay Family Resource Programs for hosting us this morning. It's so nice of you. I've been here before, and I'm always impressed when I come here. There's a warmth of welcome that we find here, and a delight in seeing the children and watching them through their many options here as well. So as I said when I was chatting through the options, we have 3 iPads here. We had hoped to have them up somewhere where we could really do a demonstration, but our space is small. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is come. We have some staff here. They'll help you with the iPads to take a closer look at our site here and to see the real operation of our child care directory. Thanks so much for having us here this morning.
Thank you. As a parent, I had a chance to have a look at the website this morning, and it would have been so nice to have when I was looking for childcare for my 3 children. Especially, I was relatively new to our area. I had no idea other than driving past a building to see if there was something around. And for me, I had to look for something that was on the school bus route for my oldest, who was starting kindergarten, and what is there. I really had no place to start other than Kijiji, Facebook, talk to friends. So this would have made life a whole lot easier to have everything in one space, to be able to look at that and to compare. When I see that it's going to have the violation orders that are there, that can really help a parent when I want to know, is this child care center a place where I want my child to go? Have they had major violations, minor violations, no violations, which would be great? And it was, it looks like it's going to be a fabulous tool for any parent to use. I know a lot of people that I'm going to be letting know later today. Look on here because I know you're looking for childcare. Also, from the family resource point of view, I had a look at the map and it shows all the satellite locations. It gives a person an idea that there are other resources available in their community. Again, when I moved here, I didn't know anything about family resource, and it was just through a few different things, talking to some people, that I found out about it. But if I had a place where I could look and I saw that this is here, or even if I'm looking for childcare and you go, what is this other little dot? What is that for? And then they'll find more information and it will get the fabulous programs out to a greater amount of people. So I would say, as a parent, it's a fabulous new directory, and I will definitely be passing it along to a lot of people. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anthony.